Hi everyone, I am Kevlan. I am a healer and a teacher, and in this video I wanted to share an experience that I had a couple of weeks ago, and about, that kind of changed me in the sense that it was more like a realization of certain truth or certain knowledge that I thought I knew until I just realized them a couple of weeks ago. So if I go back, and so that day I wanted to go hiking, and I went to the mountains by myself, and I like to go by myself because that's usually when I can get immersed into the vibration or the frequency or the energy of nature, the mountains and the forest and the river, so that I don't get distracted talking to someone else. I can just connect with the element around me. I can connect with my environment and open my heart and be really self-centered, because there's nothing else to think of but just being in the moment, connecting with nature. So I went by myself, and as I was hiking, I was really self-reflecting about my life, about the world, about the thing knowledge that I think I know, and my external reality, so on and so forth. So I was really self-reflecting, and as I was self-reflecting, I was really open to information, and I got some download. And I like to call them download, but maybe for some people it's better to say inspiration. I got some inspiration as I was very open to receive. I was really open to connect with certain higher frequency, and as I connected to this higher frequency, I got those inspiration, and it was more like inspiration. It was really like self-realization, and it's kind of funny because sometimes you think you know something until you realize it. And that's what happened to me is, I thought I knew, but until I realized it, because now it feels like the knowledge is part of me. It really feels like the knowledge, sometimes we say we know something, but it's more on a superficial level or on a mental level. It's more like in the brain, intellectual level. Yes, I know this concept, or it makes sense to me. But until it becomes part of you, we don't really know it. And that's really what happened to me that day, is really connecting to this knowledge and having this self-realization that now the knowledge is part of me and is affecting me ever since. It's affecting me, my lifestyle, or how I really don't want to go back unconscious anymore. So the self-realization that I had was really about my external world. I keep saying that this external world, our life, our collective reality, or just what we can see with our five senses, perceive with our five senses, is just a feedback of our internal state. It's just a feedback of this field of information that we are outside of the visible light. And as a result of this, we talk about, hey, how can I manifest my life? Or how can I attract certain experiences in my life? How can I do this? How can I do that? But in actuality, it's not about doing. It's never been about doing. And that's why, to me, it becomes very clear that the reason why we are called human being, because the rule of the game in the 3D reality, it's all about being. It's nothing to do about doing. It's all about being. Because again, our external world, your life, whatever you're experiencing right now into your life, is just a feedback of where you are. It's just a feedback of your state of being. So what it means is that we live in this 3D reality where the rule of the game is about being what we want to attract, or being what we want to manifest. Because manifestation or attraction are not laws, are not something we have to do in order to attract or in order to manifest. We attract and manifest every single second, because manifestation is just this feedback loop between the internal and the external, and the external mirroring the energy of the internal. in this 3D reality, creating the 3D reality. That's what it is. It's just this feedback loop of information. It's just this mirror that we're putting in front of our eyes. And this mirror is just giving us what we are. It's just giving us a projection of our state of being, or the energies that we carry every single second. So we do manifest, we do attract every single second, whether we are conscious of it or not, whether you want to take responsibility for your life or not. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, that's just how it works. It's just a natural state of creation. It's just the light, the field of information, the vibration of the field, or the frequency of the field of information getting slower and slower, all the way to reach the speed of light, where it's going to create this hologram in this 3D reality. So this 3D reality, this external world, is just giving us information and feedback about what we are inside, what we are within. And obviously, what we are, our state of being, for the most part, is 95% unconscious. At least when we, I would say, live in autopilot, we are 95% unconscious. That's our state of being. And the state of being, again, is based off our state of thinking and our state of feeling. And as we feel and think of the same thing over and again, then it's going to create this state of being. It's going to create what we are. It's going to create our, I like to call it also, our energetic signature. That's what we carry. So, just to go back to manifestation and attraction, we do that every single second. So we don't have to do something special or be special to manifest a life we want, or to attract events or people in our life that we want. It's just about being. And that's where the work starts, because if 95% of what we are, or 95% of our state of being, is unconscious, then the challenge of the game is to have our conscious mind being able to observe our unconscious part, so that we can change the unconscious part of ourselves, or the unconscious part of a state of being, so that we can start manifesting, or I should say consciously manifesting, what we want. And so at the end of the day, manifestation is a lifestyle, is not a technique or following certain modalities or certain, actions. It's just a lifestyle. It's just connecting to the future we want to manifest, or the vision that we have, and then here and now carrying this vision and living as if this future, this vision has already happened. So with our state of feeling and our state of being, state of feeling and our state of thinking, creating this state of being. So our state of being has to match whatever we will be if we had, or if we were living this dream life. So the way I see now modalities and techniques, that we may use, whether it's meditation or breathing or, practicing mindfulness, so on and so forth, it's not used to manifest something specific or to attract something specific. It's used so that we can change what we don't want to be. That's a big difference, because when we are struggling to attract or to manifest what we want, what we desire, is because there is some unconscious part of us that needs to be observed, or needs to have this conscious mind observing this unconscious part that we have to change. So it's all about changing our energy and going through this loop of constantly reminding ourselves, so never, I would say, trying to never fall unconscious again. And that's why it has been my life over the last little bit, and even more so over the last 2 weeks, where I've been really trying to live my life every single day, reminding myself every time I kind of fall back or slip off my energy of what I want to manifest, I want to attract, reminding myself every time I forget, reminding myself, no, and then changing my energy again and again and again and again. It's just like riding a bike. At first, it's very challenging, because we will realize that we keep forgetting ourselves. We keep forgetting, or we keep falling off this energy and going back to the old self, because again, it's the self, the habits, is the known. So we have to constantly remind ourselves, no, 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 and then changing our energy. And then you can use modalities. I've been using meditation for a while, but even more so. And I'll say meditation is not even just closing my eyes for half an hour and just meditating. Is really meditating with my eyes open. Trying to be in the moment every time I see myself thinking about something that I don't want to manifest, or feeling something that I don't want to be part of my state of being. Immediately changing this in order to realign myself with what I want to create, or what I want to attract once and for all and manifest. So it's really changing yourself. It's really changing who you are, changing your personality in order to attract a new life, in order to manifest something different, something new. So that's where the healing part is really highlighting or focusing on the unconscious part, and starting to releasing or overriding those unconscious part with whatever we want to manifest, whatever we want to attract. So sometimes we have a certain energy where we keep feeling this type of feeling, whether it's anxiety, stress, fear, whatever it is, and we keep falling off. And then we have our thoughts reminding this feeling again, thoughts of worst case scenario, whatever it is. And then we have to change that program, because it's a program that has been installed for so many years. So obviously, as the beginning, when we want to start changing it, it's going to get uncomfortable. It's going to get very difficult, very challenging. But it's just like riding a bike. The more you practice, the easier it gets, the easier it becomes to be really conscious and live a life. Because I always say to the people around me, it's not about perfect. It's not about being perfect. It's not about feeling this love 24/7. It's about being conscious. That's the rule of the game. It's about being conscious so that we can override whatever energy, whatever state of being that we have that we want to change. So that's really the rule of the game, and that's really that self-realization that I had is it's something that I thought I knew, but not to the point that I think I know now. Because now it's part of me. It's really part of my daily life, living my life, or meditating with my life open, trying to be as conscious as possible about my state of being every single day, every single time of the day, and changing it, realigning it with whatever I want to attract, even if in my external world right now it doesn't show up, even if in my external world right now I don't see it yet. But I know, because to me that's how it works. That the rule of the game is having this internal reflecting outside of us, giving us feedback of our internal state. And as a result of this, every time I go and hiking and I go somewhere in nature, and especially where I live, it's very remote, very pristine. The nature is absolutely, I don't want to say untouched, but almost. It's really the closest when I go in nature, in the mountains, and I just observe and look around me. That's the closest frequency of the energy of creation, because that's a feedback. Again, everything is a feedback. So nature is a feedback of information of creation. So it's a feedback, or I always say, if you want to find God, if you want to know what God looks like, go outside, go in nature, go somewhere that is not being too much altered by human beings, or unconscious human beings, or the collective unconsciousness, I should say, instead of the collective consciousness, the collective unconsciousness. And then look around, and then you will see the closest manifestation of the energy of creation, the closest manifestation of the energy of God, this beauty, this perfection, this love. So that's why I really love to go in nature, and it always gives me, the ability to get, downloads or inspiration. So I just wanted to share this information and wanted to tell everyone, cultivate your inner state. That's the rule of the game. If you want to change something in your life, it's something going through some challenges, some hardships, everything can change. Everything. And you are the remote. We don't have to, if you don't like the channel, which is your life, if you don't like what you're experiencing, change the channel. And the remote is the body, is our state of being. So change the channel by changing your state of being. And then you will see a new story. You will create a new channel, a new story, perhaps, where you will feel much more empowered than the one you're currently experiencing right now. So there is hope, no matter how hard or whatever you're currently living now, you are the remote. If you don't like it, change it and start now. There is no if now it's not a time, then when. Start now. Start by cultivating your inner state and align yourself with what you want to see. If you want to understand the science behind what I was just talking about, I invite you to check out my book on Amazon, The Science of Breaking Free. I'll leave the link down below in the description. It's always nice to also have some thumb up if you like the video. Share with your friends and family as well. Subscribe to my channel, and for now, I'll see you in the next one.